Hello everybody, Colleen here with Couture, going to do a quick fun little project for you. Simplify Farm Fresh with this amazing windmill and this, I guess that's what considered like a barbed wire fencing along the side for my border on here. And I'm going to do it all in my fantastic white chalk paste. Just getting my chalk paste to the consistency. Oh, thanks, Jess. Just getting it to the consistency of yogurt. Actually, Jess, do you have a little bit of water that I can put in here?
Yep, here.
And just because it's looking a little tiny bit thick, I just want to add just a tiny bit of water just to give it the consistency of chalk paste, so that way it goes onto your projects nice and smoothly. So we are using the farmhouse transfer today. I'm actually borrowing Jessica. She's so nice in letting me use it because I do not actually have this transfer. And I thought, oh, this will look so cute on this little whiteboard that I have here. So there we have our chalk paste at the consistency that we're looking for. And when you actually get your brand new transfer, what you need to do first and foremost, after you cut the little pieces out along the lines that are indicated on your transfer, is you need to write back on here, because our silkscreen transfers are reusable. And you want to make sure that after you have used it and you've put it into your water bath and cleaned it off, you want to make sure that you're putting your transfer back on the shiny side. I think you can probably see that on here. This side is the paper side. That's the side that we do not want to put our transfer back on. So I have everything laid out. I'm just going to go ahead and remove the transfers from their carrier sheets and place them on my board, because this project, since I am just going to do it all in white, should actually go very, very quickly. So the self-adhesive sticky transfer, when you first get this out of your packaging for the very first time, you want to make sure that you fuzz them up a little bit. And by that, we mean just taking the sticky side here, and you can either just put it onto a towel, and all you're doing is basically just taking the lint from the towel and getting that onto the back of your transfer so that it's not super, super sticky. And the cool thing about that is, once you put it into the water bath and you clean it and you do the last step of using your disinfectant wipe, the disinfectant wipe actually brings the stickiness back to your transfer, so that you can then go ahead and place it right back on to your carrier sheet and have it ready to go for another project. I think with the farmhouse style that is so popular right now, these transfers make awesome home decor for yourself, and also make amazing gifts for people that you know that have the farmhouse style in their home. I think it's very trendy right now. So, oh, this is called chicken wire. I thought it was like a, okay, that makes sense. Chicken wire, barbed wire.
Chicken wire, barbed wire.
Okay, so this one is, oh, did I just make that? I did a major boo-boo. Okay, so here's a learning lesson right here, because I did not do what I should have done, which is take the carrier sheet and pull the carrier sheet from the transfer, not the other way around. So all that I am actually doing is laying this in water, being careful not to stretch the transfer because you don't want to ruin the silk screen. So I'm just going to let this set in here for just a second, and slowly taking my time and peeling back the transfer because it did stick to itself. Fortunately, the water will take away some of that sticky so that we can pull it apart without any problem. So don't panic if that does happen to you. It's not the end of the world. You can remove it just by getting it into water. So that's what I'm doing now. I just want to take my time and not stretch. And actually, I'm going to let that sit for a little bit so that that will come apart easily while that's sitting in the water bath. I'm going to go ahead and add the chalk paste to our transfers. You can either use your little stirrer and place it on there, or you can use your squeegee. And you can just scoop some of the chalk paste right from your jar. And you will see that a little bit does go a long way. I apologize. Whenever I use your transfers, I always do something.
You know I do this too, so don't worry. It's fine.
That never fails.
That's it. You're never allowed to use it again. Done. I'll get it dried for you, though, so you're ready to go.
Thanks. I'm sorry, Jess.
Oh my
I'm
God,
not using
fine.
your transfers anymore.
Yes, you are. Don't be silly. It's fine. Look. Totally fine.
Awesome.
Totally fine. See?
Not a big deal.
Exactly.
Okay. So all that I did, and you see all the chalk paste that I have left over just from doing that one, the one piece. So a little bit of your chalk paste does go a very long way. And actually what I'm going to do before this dries on here, I'm just going to pull this off real quick. I made sure that my whole transfer was covered in paste. Look at how beautiful that is.
The white.
The white just looks amazing on these letters.
Oh my God, look how crisp the letters look.
Yeah, it just pops. It's just so pretty. White on chalkboards is just amazing. It's one of my favorite things. Yep, it is definitely classic chalkboard art. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
So again, just making sure that we're covering our silkscreen area, that I have no lines in here, and I just usually, my last step, I usually just go over kind of lightly with my squeegee, picking up the excess and getting all my lines out at the same time. And then that way you get that crisp look here with your finished piece. Oops, if I could just get my fingernail under there and lift this up. There we go.
Yeah, I've
Look how amazing.
It looks so good. I have this one ready.
Okay. All right, now we're going to go along with our bigger piece for the windmill. So I'm just going to actually get a pretty decent blob on here. Hi, Tina. Get a pretty decent blob on here. And again, look how nicely the chalk paste slides. Look at that. Just slide it right down. Just applying a little bit of pressure. One of the things that I've actually learned from doing a couple different like make and take projects is some people use the wrong side. I don't know how, but some people use the wrong side of the squeegee. So you're wanting to use the side that's angled a little bit. And this is actually our small squeegee that's cut in half. And just for me, I like using the smaller squeegees for projects like this, especially the words. I could have used my angle squeegee, which probably would have gone a lot quicker for this because it is a much bigger piece, but since I had this one and I already have white chalk paste on it, I just kind of went with it. So can you see the lines? I think maybe you can in the camera. So that's what we're trying to get, all those lines out, and applying pressure with our squeegee to get all that excess. See how that just slides right down over the piece? That's what you're looking for. I know it's a little bit of a learning curve when you first get your hands on your squeegee and your chalk paste. It's not like you're dabbing it or doing like this. You're sliding it, if that makes sense. And see how when you slide and apply a little bit of pressure, you're putting all of that excess chalk paste right back into your jar. Just have to cover this little piece over here, and then we are good to go with these couple pieces. And you do want to work somewhat quickly because the object of the game here is quickness. So you want to make sure that your chalk paste is not drying on your transfer. If it does, again, not the end of the world. There is things that set in place for any possible issue that you might have. So if your chalk paste does start to dry on here, you can simply get a wet paper towel. Oh, look how cute. I love the windmill.
Look how good that looked.
I don't know. I'm a very plain Jane person. So for me, like,
yeah, but that
simplify.
Does not look plain.
Yeah.
It looks so. Oh my God.
That's why I like that saying too, simplify, because I love the simple stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So awesome. Okay, so thank you, Jess, and I apologize for getting
Oh my God, you're fine.
your
Don't be
chicken
silly.
wire stuck.
Don't be silly.
But
you're
this
fine.
this actually fits perfectly in this space here. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I actually have my board to use as my kind of guide to get this on here exactly how I want to. Now when I'm putting this, because this is a bit of a large transfer, you want to make sure that you when you're placing it down onto your surface that you're not feeling any bubbles in your transfer. Because that will show when you take the transfer off. So you want to make sure that all of those bubbles are gone. Actually, while I'm at it, I'm going to grab my large angled squeegee just so I can show you how this works as well. This is our $10.99 large squeegee. It's angled so that you can get into all the little nooks and crannies of your board or whatever medium you are using. And it's great for these bigger projects. And you'll see just how quickly this works. I am going to actually put a big blob of chalk paste.
Big blob. It's cracking me up.
Big blob right up here at the top, and watch how this goes right across the surface. Watch this. Right down we go. Look how far that went. It took it almost to the bottom. Right across. Again, just applying a little bit of pressure to our squeegee, and we're pulling it right across. And I'm lifting. Can you see the chalk paste that's back on here when I'm putting the pressure on here? It's taking the chalk paste right off, and I'm just ending up with a nice thin layer of chalk paste right across my surface.
It smells so good. I can smell it all the way over here in my nose.
The chalk paste?
I love it. Yes.
Yes. It's. What did you say? It's like it reminds
baby
you of
wipes.
baby wipes.
Baby wipes.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I think I must have had something on my board.
What?
Because there's something pulling here, and I think I got it on my squeegee. Oh, there we go. I got it.
Oh, good.
Okay. So again, just when you go, yeah, there's definitely something on my squeegee. Let me use the other side. There we go. Okay. Now we're just going to add a little bit more chalk paste down here to the bottom. And again, just pulling that color right down along the side here. And we are almost done. Quick and easy project. Okay. I can see a line, so I'm just applying a little bit of pressure. And we take our squeegee, and that goes right into our water as well, and then we can clean that off and reuse it. And what I like to do, especially for these bigger ones, is I like to pull back slowly just in case I see a little boo-boo. I can correct it just by laying my transfer back down. But it has that nice distressed look on the barbed wire, which looks so cool. Almost done. Oh my gosh, that came out so good. I love it. Love it. Let me just push this. You can actually, because in your water bath, your transfers can touch. It's okay. Because it does lose the stickiness when it's in the water. So I do have a couple different transfers laying in here. But you let the water do the work for you. The water actually will remove a lot of that chalk paste. So there we have it. There is our finished piece. How cute. And actually this board actually already has a cute little hanger on it so that you can just simply hang it on your wall and you're done. How fast and cute of a project was that? Alright, thanks guys for watching. You have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.